My name is Ed. I definitely have a fight's heart, and I believe a fight's heart is someone who doesn't take no for an answer, doesn't see anything opportunity can't overcome, doesn't accept challenges, no matter what they may be. I myself had physical limitations in my life that I was told I'd never recover from, and I said, well, I'm going to do what I can to recover from, and I've done it, thank God. And I've trained many people who have severe limitations who've been told they can't do anything the rest of their lives. And through persevering, through a little faith in the higher power and faith in each other, we get through it. And listen, the only time you fail in life is if you don't try. So if you make your best effort, you're not failing. You're always going to win somehow. That's the bottom line.
I believe I have a fighter's heart because I have courage, and I think, with my disability, I definitely have the courage to succeed. And if you don't have the courage or want to succeed, you will always see failure, I guess. And I think that's the philosophy I've learned from everyone around me. If you don't try, you'll never get to see what success could be.
People can't see the video, but Alex has the his cell palsy affects his legs a lot. He can walk around a walker at all. Up body, he's a freaking animal. We train his legs often to get them strong as can, so he has mobility, his balance and structure. If I can tell a great story about Alex when he first came to gym years ago, right before he turned 13, we figured out recently. He had a kid in his classroom and kept picking on him all the time. Over and over, he'd tell a teacher, tell everyone involved, the kid wouldn't stop picking on him. So one day, Alex said, this week, this kid picks on you. Let him know he's a stop. By the third time, he asked for stop, punch him in the face. And that week, the third guy, came up to the kid, Alex was being picked on by the kid. He rolled him in his little wheelchair and walker and punched the kid in the face. The kid cried and went to tell the teacher and never picked on him again. But now he does it again. He said, I know he's older. But at that point, Alex stood up himself, first time in his life, and knocked the kid in the mouth, and the kid left him alone. So this kid is a warrior. He is, he don't know to quit, and he does, man. In this gym, he's a role model for all of us in this gym, young and old, because he's got determination, and he's fearless to probably a fault time, but that's how he achieved things in life.
All right, so when I was about 13, I went to this program called Big Buddy, Little Buddy, and my dad ended up, because I was socially inappropriate, and at the end of, the year, they do this big dinner party, and Ed actually, for one of the raffles, gave a membership, and my dad ended up winning the membership, and that's how it all came to be. He ended up running into this guy Gary that said that Ed had trained all sorts of kids that have disorders and physical limitations. Because my dad was a little bit reluctant at first, and he didn't really know if I could do it. 2 days later, my dad brings me down, and I just instantly fell in love. And Ed showed me that anything's possible, and that you can do anything you put your mind to. And then, as things progressed, I got bigger, and I started, growing up. My dad always made sure that I was, grew up like a normal kid. Like, I rode quads. I've been doing anything with a motor. I've been doing since I was little. So, like, my dad has always instilled in me that if you work hard, anything's possible. So, like, and I feel like I had to grow up a lot quicker than the normal kid, because granted, I would get picked on and people wouldn't understand my situation, as well as, adults would, and I've always bonded with adults, and everyone always tells me I act like a 40-year-old man.
He is an old man for sure.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's cool to me because when you think you don't have much going for you, I'm able to use my disability to motivate so many people that I've realized recently that is my purpose in life.
So Joe, we make videos of Alex and other people in the gym all the time. So in our gym, no no one here has limitations. We have different abilities. So no one's special or handicapped. We all have different abilities in what we can do. Some guys can lift 1,000 pounds, some guys lift 100 pounds, but everyone here is on the same plane. Everyone is equal to here to work out. You know, there's no one's limited on place. You may have different things you can and cannot do, but no one's limited. They're only limited by your mind and what you believe you cannot do. And like Alex's dad is not quite the badass that Alex is, unfortunately. He's a little lazier than Alex is, but he got Alex to the door, so it's a great start. And he's obviously a great parent, obviously. But you know, Alex comes in here, and you know, again, like you said, when he's young, he got picked on often. All the years now of being here, meeting people in the gym. You know, I first started putting him on videos. People saw him, like he'd go around town. People would say, "Wow, you're Alex from the gym." You know, great. You know, he get acknowledged and seen what he's done in the gym. People see him. He's not Alex handicapped. He's just Alex, the guy who works out, and motivates people all the time. You know, so it's pretty amazing.
I would say like this year's the first year that like that actually like
changed a lot. Yeah. He's got so many great friends now.
I have so many good friends, and I wouldn't trade them for anything. Like they're amazing people, and you know. I also edit videos myself. I work for YouTubers and stuff like that. So I was able to, you know, take editing and grow a business that way and motivate people using a skill that I've had for a very long time. And yeah.
So Joey, in our gym, we train a lot of athletes too, and along with my people I've trained who have, you know, have some challenges. And the athletes in our gym all treat. No one here is any. They're all part of the same family. So
we're all family.
All family. So I mean, no one here is any different. I mean. I've had a lot of kids that train with Down syndrome, and the people in the gym, I have outside running and doing things. Everyone's their own cheerleader here. You know, you work in our gym, you have a family support, and everyone's your cheerleader. Like when Al's working out, everyone's cheering on. We have people come in who, you know, with Down syndrome, whatever your situation being. Everyone here loves to be part of the process to make them improve. You know, it's really. I gotta tell you something. I've been lucky enough to get about almost 10 people who've been paralyzed to walk into my gym. And I really believe that this place has magic powers for all of us, me included. And, you know, obviously between the ability of me to get people to believe in myself first, then believe in themselves, and higher powers, we get things going here.
I was going to say, I genuinely, like, this is my happy place. Like, I genuinely, like, look forward to, like, coming here. You know, we've had a lot of trainers over the years and a lot of people come in and out, but I've truly believe no matter what happens, this gym is the best gym on Long Island, and I'm just so thankful that Ed has put his belief in me to succeed. And yeah, so I don't know.
Awesome.
A story we had a friend of mine, gentleman Juan. He was paralyzed in a car accident 6 years ago, unfortunately, neck down, and he heard about me through other people. He was unfortunately Juan, his family from very Spanish, and English was not great, but you know, we communicated best we could. And he came in here and he was told he could never move again, and he was in a wheelchair. And I kind of attached his hands. And I told him he would never move anything. Maybe an arm may move, maybe nothing else. His head, and nothing else will ever move beneath his maybe neck area, you know, maybe one of his arms. So I had him the first day in my gym. Attached, I had these straps to use people's hands who were kind of limited to a cable. I had like doing a pull machine. I'm getting the process for him as he's doing the pulls. I see his legs kind of almost like contracted, like flexing. Like that's not normal. So the third day in my gym, I look at him and said, "Well, I'm gonna try something." So put your arms around my neck and help him do that. And I said, "I want you to hold on and pick yourself up." Joey, he picks up, he grabs my neck, and he gets out of the chair. He stands tall. And I said, "Do it again." He did it 10 more times. No one ever tried to even do it with him once. Any PT, any doctor, they told me he was done for life. A year or so later, I had him taking 10 steps in my gym with 8 of us holding him. But so being that Juan was very faithful, he had a hard time saying my name, Ed. I don't know why. So the day I got him to squat and move, he called me Angel. And to him and his family, my name is Angel from that time on. So it's a very emotional place too, seeing people, you know, do that. It's really makes your heart go, you know, and motivation that, you know, nothing's not possible, you know, everything's possible you want to, you know.
So cerebral palsy, there's obviously different effects. I like to think I have the lesser of it. What cerebral palsy is pretty much you have a stroke at birth, and pretty much I was born 3 to 6 weeks earlier than I was supposed to, and they thought I wouldn't survive. they had an emergency baptism for me, and my family was devastated, and then since then, so basically what it is it's basically you have tightness all over your body, and you're motorically challenged, and yeah, and like explain that.
Yeah. Like, some people we have other people that Alice's situation with cell palsy. Sometimes it affects only one side of the body. I've had people come in who have cell palsy, only probably have is one hand is dysfunctioning, or a left foot and left hand. Alice has potential to his whole body, so he's pretty much equally strengthened on his torso area and his legs. As far as there's no imbalance side to side, but it gets very toned. So a lot of times you gotta get his arms kind of to get him stretched out. It's kind of hard. So as we loosen him up to working out, we get that elbow going a little straighter. His torso is pretty good. He's got a six-pack out in there, by the way. He's ripped. But the tension, we restrict the muscle range of motion. So we do have things with the range of motion exercise, have him hang weights, hold weights, so he stays fluid and mobile. His legs are obviously a little worse his upper body, but work on that too. His legs have gotten very strong. Mobility-wise has not improved a lot, but it's not mean never gotten worse. But he's a strong little sucker, that's for sure. But again, bottom line, he just doesn't want to quit. But the cell palsy does limit range of motion of certain things. His balance is obviously limited by a lot. Again, some people come in with cell palsy. It's one side they can walk, but the gate's off. But his whole body has a similar limitation to it. But it's not like isolated one side or the other side. It's kind of balanced.
I wake up around like 5:45 every day. I go to school, get whatever the hell I need to do, and then go to the gym for 2 hours a day, and then I pretty much go home and then work the rest of the night, and then wake up and do it all.
Tell them about the ramp you got to have.
So yeah, that too, and we're working on making my house more more adaptable and more accessible, and we were able to get a ramp rented for my room, so that was good.
Goes right out of the back of his room now, so he has to go down through the stairs. Because in the past, Dad had to grab and pick him up, carry him downstairs. Now it's a ramp out the back, so it's kind of simplified his life too. More accessible, more freedom to get away from his parents when he has to. But his gym time is also a fun time. It's a very social place.
Yeah, like
we work hard, but we do have a lot of fun here. We abuse each other pretty good.
It's all love.
It's all love, right? Exactly. All love.
I think my Y factor is that I just want to show people that anything is possible, and that I am a normal kid and I can do normal things, and grow up being that I had to grow up a lot faster than a normal kid. It took a while for me to find something that actually proved what I was telling people, and I think the gym is a perfect example of that. And I wake up every day telling myself I will succeed, and I want the best life for my future, and I don't want my kids to have to go through what I went through growing up, and I think and I will do my best to reinstill in my kids what my father has passed down from me, and to not let that pressure make you cry.
Basically, as a young man, as a young parent, I wanted to be the best father I could be. Obviously, it was my biggest reason to be a role model. My purpose every day, bro, is to help someone I can, help make a change somehow in the world. With one person at a time, 5 people at a time. I want to make someone help change their life every day. Whether it be Alex, whether it be any new member comes in who looks lost, or they feel that they're hopeless. I want to be that person to say to me, you can do. I want to be that person that you can do this. You can make a change, and I'm willing to help anyone I can. I said I help people through situations like Alex. Some people much worse than Alex. I've got people who've been powerless to move again and walk in, which is a blessing beyond I ever could imagine. I ever could accomplish in my life to help someone do something so gratifying for them and so incredible. I became paralyzed myself years ago on my right side of my body, where I just lost all the muscle in my body from. I was a wild person in my day, weight trained, playing sports, and everything. I weight train now, but not the point I did that as a young guy. So I got a lot of damage, neck damage that created paralysis to my right side. I was at 50 years old. I was 235 pounds with muscle. I went down to 195 pounds no muscle, and my right arm didn't move for about a year and a half. And I had operations to fix my neck, fix my body. Now 16, I'm still 235 pounds, and I have all muscle again, thank God. But it's all because, Joe, I don't quit. They told me my arm would never move again. I'm like, yeah, watch me, guys. It'll move in 2 weeks, and it did. So again, I can also teach by example. People see me how I push myself to be physically fit and take care of myself that way. And everyone in here is a role model. Everyone is an example of how to not to give up. My goal is serious every day. I want to be the best parent I can be, best person I can be, and help someone each day feel better for themselves and find a way to motivate them. So basically, we start on, we try to do a lot of things exercise-wise to keep his range of motion going. We do a lot of stuff with his back muscles, which they always extend his arms out. Just I said his arms earlier, a hard time, they're definitely bound up pretty tight. But the stretch of him is like torture. So by doing stuff like a cable pull down or rows to help extend his arms out, gets him to loosen up a little bit. Also, he uses weight that is way above his body weight. I mean, he's a really strong. I mean, part of that process is that his tendon is so tight from the cerebral palsy, but all part of that is really extremely strong. We do chin-ups, we do pull-ups, we do a lot of chest presses. Basically, everything we do with any kid in the gym, here to work out. We make sure him, though, personally, that his range of motion is not being stunted by him not letting himself go out. He has a tendency to want to go too heavy, which that means he can't pull away from me. Sometimes, yeah.
And I think
his ego is huge, man.
And I think that's one of people's biggest misconception is that I can lift heavy weight, and that I am capable of doing it. Rather than I think growing up and a lot of people think, oh, he's fragile, he can't do this or he can't do that. No, I can do it, and you're wrong. Like that type of thing,
He's not fragile. We saw much sometimes he ego lifts him, which at that point the range of motion is stunted. We got to fix that. But his strength levels compared to most kids' age is a lot better than anyone else out there. Yeah. But again, it's also his mindset to overcome it. He does weights that a healthy kid his age couldn't do. So it's not because he's not limited by his strength. He's limited by range of motion. Is the only time we have a problem. So we gotta make sure we keep that going. Because if he gets too tight up, too bound up, then his mobility during daytime would be not correct for him.
Jim, and we'll be like one more rep, and they genuinely won't do it. Not to throw anyone under the bus that come to you, but anything that Ed tells me to do, I do it. I just don't argue it because I know he sees what I see in myself, if that makes sense. And I know he believes in me, and I know it's for my best interest.
He wants to drive first.
That's
a big one.
So depending on how my business goes and how things are, I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I don't really play games anymore. I'm purely work. So yeah, I don't know what the plans are for the future is, but all I know is, again, being that I had to grow up faster, I just want to meet someone, and I've said this before, and I tell a lot of people this: the next girl I meet, I probably will end up marrying. And I hate saying that, and it sounds so cliche, but I'm just at the point in my life where I guess I've worked so hard and I've overcame a lot that I just want the best future life for my family, and I want to make sure I'm the best father that I can be, and like I said, pass down the philosophy from my dad, and that's always been a major part in it. Yeah.
I mean, he's not the normal kid. I mean, I was on school board years ago, and he was telling me things he wanted to do, fix the education system in our school system to make kids. It's just his brain's at another level in most kids' age. He was mature. 13, he was a 30-year-old man. Mentally, he's always kind of advanced that way.
Okay, so pretty much what I do, and I'm still small, so I work for YouTubers. So I edit together podcasts. I edit together entertainment videos for children. I edit together, any type of YouTube content, social media content. That's what I do, and I hopefully will be able to grow that, and as well as I honestly, my true passion right now is motivational speaking, and I think with the videos that I've put together, they're pulling over 5,000 views, 10,000 views a video, and I see a lot of positive um support for it. So my goal right now is to just be the best of my ability, and I've tried my best to make this my main focus because what's cool about working out for me right now is I'm not really editing for other people right now. But what's cool is I've been able to make this. Not only do I do this for myself, but I've been able to turn this into a little bit of a business as well. So not only am I working out my body, but I also get to build my future off of one thing, and made things a lot easier compared to doing 10 different things at once.
In this gym, as a fitness level, you push it on to the rest of your life. You learn to work hard, work ethic, learn how to overcome things. I think a couple of reels I had, Alex, I showed on Instagram, had over 20,000 people watching. I mean, he's definitely someone you want to follow, and he inspires a lot of young people, young and old for that matter. When you see him, they're sometimes shocked by the depth of his perseverance and his ability to just push himself to the limits. I mean, he's limitless in what he does in the gym, and again, he applies that to his work stuff at nighttime when he does it, the editing. He's really, his mindset, Joe, he's not a kid who's 17 years old at all, almost 18. It's a guy who's got a plan way ahead of his time, he's way mature beyond his years for sure. Called Personal Fitness Club. I'm in Rocky Point, Long Island, Suffolk County. I have a website, Personal Fitness Club. I'm on social media, Facebook under my name, Edward Darcy, which is DARCY. Instagram at PFitnessRP. Just punch my name up, it'll pop up everywhere pretty much. We do have a website finally, got a new one recently. It's actually pretty fresh. It's pretty cool. But as I said, this is a place, I learned a long time. I had really struggles times in my life, a lot of obstacles in my path. And I found healing others healed me. And definitely definitely a blessing, man, to have the ability to change others, and also we reap the benefit yourself too, definitely a blessing for sure.
Excuse my French. Don't let other people tell you fucking can't, because you definitely can. And like people tell me all the time, like, how did you get so strong? Like, I can't even lift a cup up. How did you grow your business to this certain level, or how did you manage to overcome this? It's because I never gave up, and I sacrificed playing video games or doing social things with my friends because I want the best life for my future, and it all comes back to that.
Well, but we have no limits. Well, only limits are in our head. I mean, physically, you can do what you want when you want to do it. You just gotta make the change, and say I'm gonna do it. And maybe sometimes you need a little direction from other people. That's okay, support, but get in the right spot, you can do what you want to do. Just gotta make the step. The first step is the hardest. Then you go up from there.